Alright guys, I wanted to make this video on this car because it's a little out of the ordinary from what I usually see. It's an old 2003 Camry, and I'm changing out the lower control arm, which, if you know, is this part with the ball joint. And this one, well, that bolt wasn't bad to get to. Easy stuff. But the nut that holds on to the ball joint was in a very tight spot. It was stuck. I ended up having to take off the entire knuckle just to get to it. That's extra than what I normally see and deal with. The other part was to get to these two bolts, that one and that one, because I actually had to take off this motor mount that bolts here, and then back there, right there. And just to get to this bolt, I had to take this sucker off. And it goes like right over that, and so that's why I'm making this video, because it was just something different than what I'm used to seeing. I'm gonna have to do the same thing on the other side, take off the transmission mount. And yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys, and because this is more work than what's normally called for. This is the driver's side on the lower control arm. Now again, transmission mount went right over that bolt. That bolt right there was easy to get to. Again, the 19mm and the nut was easy to get to. For this side, I didn't have to take off the axle or the knuckle. You know, it was simple. If you ever done a control arm before, taking off that nut, it was just the same old process. But for this side, I couldn't get the transmission lifted high enough to get this top stud, to get it out of there. Well, probably like the other three studs that go in these areas. So what I did have to do was take off the air filter box. Let me see, the snorkel. Probably didn't have to do that one, but I felt I saw it moving, so I took it out the way. But the main thing was that motor mount down there. I had to take out that motor mount because that's what was stopping me. Every time I would get it barely high enough, it wasn't enough to get it out. There was still needed like an extra inch or so. So once I took out that bolt, 17mm, it lifted the transmission as high as I could when I felt the tension. Let me see, yeah. And it was enough. So that's it for the front driver lower control arms on the 03 Toyota Camry, if you guys ever need to do them. So here is a new control arm, easy to get to, that one. Let's see. It's a little tight, but I just put that nut on before putting the axle in, just to make it easy for myself. Now this is the one. There's the motor mount, and you can see right in that aluminum color down there, that's that bolt I was telling you about, because that one is easy to get to. Where are you? Right there, right underneath the motor mount. Like I said, you never really have to do a lot of this extra work, but this one called for it. I even had to take off this torque strut mount just to get the engine to raise high enough to take off the motor mount.